What's up, guys? Welcome back to Possible King of Power Sports. This is going to be part 3 on our Streaker go-kart series. So what are we going to be getting into today?
So today, it's going to be a pretty short video. I've got the heat and air guy coming to finish up the mini split install in the shop. It is extremely humid and 80 degrees inside the shop today, so we've got a couple of doors open. But he is coming pretty soon, so we're just going to try to get this put together real quick so we can get something out this week. But what we'll be doing on this one is making positive and negative cables for the Streaker go-kart Jeep. We'll be kind of showing you how to solder them, how to heat shrink, do all that kind of thing. It's really simple. It is literally just measuring the distance that you need between each cable, making a new cable that same length, putting ends on it, making it nice and neat. With that being said, let's jump on into it. You got anything to add, Georgie?
What the? I like do-edge stuff. Good job.
So what we're doing here is just taking the batteries back, the battery cables back loose from the battery, so that we can take them into the shop and make new ones. There's the negative loose, and the positive's loose. Then we will just take these batteries cables loose from the side of the motor and take them on in the shop. And that right there will be the wire that goes from the starter solenoid over to the starter. And then this other wire, the longer one, will be the one that goes from the starter solenoid to the battery. Most issues with corrosion are due to loose battery cables. So there's the two positive wires that are electrical taped together. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here is we've got these little ends that you can solder on that put them in the vise. We're going to go ahead and get our heat shrink ready, which is here. And all we needed to do is be able to go over that end. So you just size it up, that doesn't fit. So then you switch up to the bigger size. Once you've got one that will fit over it, like that one does, I want 2 of these pieces. And we will have these ready and on standby. This right here is going to be our power wire that goes from our starter solenoid to our battery. We're just going to take the snippers here, trim that right there just like that. We'll go ahead and do it to the other side as well. Before you start putting any heat to it or anything like that, you kind of want to mock it up to make sure it's going to fit down in there well. Kind of see how it does as far as coverage goes. So that fits down in there perfectly. We'll take this in, and that fits down in there perfectly. We're just going to heat the end of this really well. And then once we know it's getting real good and hot, it'll kind of start to change color a little bit. And you can go ahead and start feeding solder into it. Oh, you're dripping it everywhere. Whenever it gets about half full, then you'll want to stop, pull your solder away, and you keep the heat on it for a second. Right there is good. Alright, just set that down. Grab your wire. Watch that heat. Just stick the end of the wire in there. Pull the heat away. Hold it there for a second. That ain't going away. So then you take your heat shrink, slide it down onto the wire, just like so. And then you can do it one of 2 ways. Most of the time I've already got the torch out, so I'll use it. This is a little bit safer with the heat gun. Turn the heat gun on, turn it up to high, and just kind of heat the heat shrink up. Sorry for the noise. It is it goes through a cool down process. My heat gun does. But if you'll notice, you've got clean soldered in, heat shrinked in place, and of course this is the hot wire we'll be using, black for the negative. We'll go ahead and put the next end in the vise.
Oh, I got solder on my boots.
What do you know about soldering?
Everything.
All right, guys. So what we've went and done is we've got our piece of wire cut to length with our old piece. We just use the same piece of wire that we took out of the go-kart. And if we hold it up to right here and we hold on to it, it is right there at the same length. And it had plenty of excess, so it should be good the way that it is. So we're gonna heat the other end up. Once we get it hot enough, George is gonna start feeding it down into it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there's good. Alright, I'm just going to take the heat shrink, we're going to run it down. Like I say, you can do it with a torch. You just got to be a little bit careful because it is much hotter than a heat gun. So, but you can just kind of do that right there. And it just shrinks all into place. Alright guys, there you go. Let it cool for a second and we can put it back on the go-kart today.